Yeah, so earlier when you first started, you swung 2 or 3 miles an hour faster, but you carried it 10 yards shorter. So just by getting the loft to come down, well, de-loft it and get you hitting the ball a little bit more center, we've increased the distance by like 10 yards, right? I mean, that's pretty good. Does this sum it up? Wedges, they're spin. You think they're spinning too much. They're going too high, and the contact's high on the face.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think is going to be more important tomorrow when you play in this event? Your 5-wood or your wedges? What are you going to hit more of?
Probably wedges.
Probably wedges.
Yeah.
So we can start with wedges. So like when we think about hitting like shots lower, like if we think about trying to hit a shot lower, like what do we need to do?
Don't want to say compress more, but like hands forward more.
So okay, so compress more. Yeah,
And
compress.
then
That's fine.
Hands forward more. Further forward.
Further forward. Okay. That's fine. So you want to compress the ball more? Is that a ball from country? You see that? Yeah, that's from country. Huh, that's funny.
It's a rain ball from country too.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So you're saying we need to feel like you compress the ball a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
keep it there longer if you're trying to keep it low.
yeah, so you're saying you're getting your hands ahead of the golf club more. Is that correct? So like.
And farther back in the stance.
So like, and farther back in the stance, okay. And then, remember when we talked about the pizza slice idea, right? So like, where are you saying the pizza slice is going to be in relation, back or forward?
At impact,
Yep,
you want it to be forward.
forward. So pizza slice more forward. So if we kind of like look at like this first one here, so well, not the first one, but we look at this one. So it launched. This ball went pretty high. So it went really high. You know, you swung 3 to the right. The face was basically neutral, and the ball basically would have drawn there, right? You hit down 1 degree and after 0.9 right? So when we look over here, ball position. I mean, you definitely have it middle to back of your stance. As the club's going back, right? This is your full swing. And you kind of shift into the lead side, and then your pelvis moves forward, and then right here you just kind of start this like, I'd say like this scooping motion, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's happening, right? So like I know your hands are ahead, right? So your hands are ahead, but like the whole arm structure is like behind, if that makes sense, right? So like with a tour pro, we'd see their hands and arms in a little bit better position. We'd see their arms more like up here, we'd call it, right? This position more here, and the club more like that. Does that make sense? They're probably not going to have the ball as far back as that potentially. Also, your wedges are longer too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are, 7 iron max.
Gotcha. That won't affect too much, but so like yeah, when we look at this, right, this kind of goes back to a lesson I think we did with your irons, right?
Yeah.
I just simply think we need to get the arm structure pushed more forward to allow you to actually deal off the club. So because it appears when you're coming into impact right here that you're not de-lofting the club enough, right? So the way to hit shots lower is essentially like more shaft lean at impact and de-loft them more, right? How do we create more shaft lean? Well, for you, you're actually kind of maxed out in the position you're at. You can't really create more shaft lean or you'd probably top the golf ball. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So we're probably going to move ball position up actually a little bit, and then we're going to work on kind of like these like punch half shots. So like how far did that last one go? Like 89, I think it says?
Yeah, about 89.
89. Okay. So like we're just gonna monitor kind of what's going on here. So ball position wise, let's come over your club. So you have it like back here right now, right? And then as you're coming in, pelvis is sliding, and you're kind of holding your arms back here to basically like I think kind of catch up to it, I guess would be the word I would use. So let's move it up on this stance a little bit.
Is
You know,
pelvis slide bad?
what's that?
Is the pelvis slide bad?
No, it's fine. It's just because where the ball position is, I think it's putting you into a bad position. So I want all of your wedges slightly ahead of your midline. So like from your nose, sternum, and down, right? I want the ball position slightly in front of that. I don't want it behind it. So generally, I want it more above. You look at most tour pros, right? you know, unless they're kind of hitting like a specialty shot, we'll say, like a lot of them have it further up in their stance. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So we're going to be here, right? So we're maybe a club head plus a ball and a half, right? For you, it'll be wider because you have, you know, you're taller and stand a lot wider than I do. And then all I want you to focus on here, this first one, is I just want you to see if you can get your hands literally up here and try to hit it. So try to hit one where you try to get the most amount of shaft lean possible. Does that make sense? And let's just see what you kind of do, okay? So, I mean, just to kind of show you, like, I was really exaggerating that one. You hit down on your previous one 1 degree and ahead with your low point, 0.9. I was just super exaggerating there, right? I hit down 8 and ahead 8.3. Am I asking you to hit that far down and that far ahead? No. But like what you're gonna see at impact is like, just look how much further my arm structure is ahead of the golf ball, right? So like we go here and here, and we take both of us to impact, right? Like that's a fairly, I need to move you back a little bit, but that's a pretty big difference there, right? In terms of like how much shaft lean I'm generating versus you, right? So like simply if you want to launch it lower and hit the wedge further, you're going to have to de-loft the club more. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if you do this like a really small swing, just try to feel like you push the arms more forward. That was a little goofy. It's all right. I mean, even though it's goofy, like, did you do it? Yeah. So we take it back to right at impact for you. We look at this compared to where you started the day. Well, it's only been one swing, right? So like, here's that. We look at the arm structure difference, right? I know you didn't like hit that ball probably the greatest in the world, but we're not really worried about that at the moment. You know, this is actually slightly after impact, so it would look like that. And then we just have the right arms way back. So one key indicator I like to look at is like how much of your lead thigh can we see, right? On the right, your before, we can see your entire lead thigh. Over here, we can't really see any of that. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
And I mean, like, just to kind of give you perspective, like you swung earlier 80 miles an hour and it went 89 yards. You just swung that last one 60 miles an hour and it went 64 yards.
Yeah.
So like swinging way slower, you still hit it pretty good distance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. So keep going. Because you move the pelvis so much this way, the only way for you to basically hit it was to take your arms and go like that. Does that make sense? Or you'd like top it, or probably top it, if that makes sense, if you got your arms so far forward. So I know it sounds counterintuitive for us to move the ball position up for you to hit it lower, but I think the only way for us to get you to hit it lower is by moving the stance up and then getting the arms more forward. What you're going to do, I don't know if we've worn this before.
Yeah.
Okay. Long time ago?
Yeah.
So you're going to set up, it's going to go on your right forearm. I know you want to full swing it, and I'm totally fine with that. But right now, in this session, let's try not to not this session, but in the immediate future, let's try not to full swing it, okay? So you're just going to set up. We're going to get this thing. It's going to be touching up against your forearm. I can get a bigger one if you need it. And all I want you to work on is just simply hands are forward, right? We can even start there, kind of do like a pre-impact or a preset drill. So I'm here, preset my arms forward. I'm just going to rake them back and rake them forward, right? Trying to keep the structure intact, right? So we're working on ball position and then arm structure. So I'm here. I'm just going to go boom, boom. And that's all I'm working on right now, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so you just hit down 4, ahead 4.5, right?
I was just looking at that.
So I'm not really like, I'm not really saying you need to hit like super far down, super far ahead, right? I don't need you making like giant pelts, and I don't think you will hitting that far down, but with like a full swing wedge, I just don't think you'll ever be able to hit it low, not hitting at least down and ahead on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Keep going. Yep, good. So I know you have this goofy thing on, right? But impact versus impact here, right? I mean, if we just look at it legitimately, if we just look at where the arms are kind of positioned, right? Like way further back, now we're covering our lead thigh. This can allow us to lean the shaft a bit more. On the right, I just think you have to, because the arm structure is so far back, I think you have to almost like throw or accelerate the club head to basically make up for it, and that's adding loft to the wedge. Does that make sense? So yeah, so this is really good. Let's do a few more with this training aid on, and then we'll take it off. Yeah, that's really good. Ball position needs to be a little bit more back. You just have a wider stance than most people. Then just feel like you're going to push that ahead as much as you can. So we're compressing wedges, right? We're de-lofting wedges. Yeah, nice. We're going to go to this guy, right? And what we want to feel with this, so this is our pizza slice, right? Same idea. We want to still feel like that box is in there. We want to feel like we're extending and almost, so I almost want you to feel like you're pushing the hands ahead like this. Does that make sense? So you were just doing like, we'll call it half swings. I want you to go to 3/4 swings now, but still keep the idea of getting the hands and the arm structure further ahead, okay? Sorry to cut you off there. Playing Torrey Pines is pretty sweet. But like, check out, dude, that's really good. Then like we'll rewind this to where you hit it. Yeah, dude, that's really good. So you got the arm structure pushed more ahead, right? So like, I mean, for instance, right, if we thought about like, hey, like, you know, which one of these guys could hit it lower, right? Which one do you think would hit the ball lower? The guy on the left, 100%. He's able to generate more shaft lean because his arm structure is more ahead, his hands are more ahead. On the right, his hands are more back. He's not able to generate as much shaft lean and all that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Keep going. Keep kind of start working up to full speed. There you go. That's really good. Has the contact been feeling better?
It is.
Good. All right. Now without that thing, try to create the same feel. Right. Hands forward. Oh, that last one. Look how far you hit it. Hit it 100 yards. You were carrying it 89 earlier. So
I hit it shorter too, or slower.
yeah. So earlier when you first started, you swung 2 or 3 miles an hour faster, but you carried it 10 yards shorter. So just by getting the loft to come down, well, de-loft it and get you hitting the ball a little bit more center, we've increased the distance by like 10 yards, right? I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you're swinging 6 miles an hour slower than we did before, I believe. Yeah, okay, 5 miles an hour slower than you did before. You're carrying it, so over here on the right where we started the day, you're carrying it 90. Over here, you're swinging 5 miles an hour slower and you're carrying it 94 yards, right? So you're hitting it further, swinging lower, but look at your ball speed difference. So on the right, your ball speed was only at 77 miles per hour. On the left, right, swinging slower, you've generated more ball speed and more spin. So that shows us that you're hitting more in the center of the face. You're getting more ahead of the golf ball. It looks a lot better. Does that make sense? So that's really good. Yeah, give me a few more, and then I mean we can look at the 5-wood real quick, but we'll see what's going on. There you go. Basically, when we talk about wedges, so like you need to essentially get the let's erase left real quick. You basically get arm structure more forward, more, what do you want to call it, more ahead.
Yeah.
And you need to produce more shaft lean. Oh. And then the third thing, you need to feel like your ball position is further up in the stance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of the feel. So arm structure more ahead, you need to produce more shaft lean, the ball position needs to be up in your stance to allow that to happen. And then you need to feel like you're basically hitting like knockdown shots essentially all day. Does that make sense? Wedges were spinning too much, they were going too high on the contact, was high on the face. Basically what we found was the arm structure was too far back, there wasn't enough shaft lean and impact, causing you to hit super high on the face. The ball position was too far back, so what we did, right, We got the arm structure more ahead, moved the ball position further up actually, and then we got the shaft to lean a little bit more to help you hit it a little bit lower. And we saw you swinging slower, producing higher ball speeds and hitting it further. Like that last one, right? The last one was just a thin. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.